Mic check, 1 2 1 2. Mic check, 1 2 1 2. Nuyorican Poets Café, make some noise. And good day, internet, to all the people around the world who are watching us. We got some people who are going to be joining us online in a minute. But real quick, allow me to introduce myself. My name is Advocate of Words. I am a writer, I'm a performer, I talk shit for a living, and I am the program manager here at the Nuyorican Poets Café. I love my job, I love my workspace. I like to call this my office, but I know I'm sharing this with a lot of people. This is our office. The Nuyorican Poets Café is going to be celebrating its 50th year of October of next year. So we've been around for like 49 years. And what you may not know is that we are currently fighting gentrification here on the Lower East Side of Manhattan. So when one of the performers come on stage, give them a lot of energy. We like to treat this like it is a concert. So when they're up here, you can whistle, Be like, you go, girl, that's what's up. All of that. Don't have a full-on conversation, of course, because they're performing. But like, interact with the poets. It is never easy coming up here at all. So there are a few people here I would like to introduce to you because they have made tonight happen. First off, of course, is the producer of the Hybrid Open Mic, who will also be the producer of our after party karaoke, which I'll talk about in a bit. In the DJ booth, give it up for Ron Mark Thompson. He is going to be making sure that all of us on stage are looking pretty for the people out in the world, and all of those who are going to be joining us on Zoom. He's going to be getting them on the screen. Of course, I hope that you are following the Nuyorican Poets Café, like on YouTube and Twitter and Facebook and Instagram, because tonight's performance is being recorded and you will be able to find it online. And then, of course, those of you who perform, we encourage you to share it on your social media. Even if you just skip to your part, it is totally cool. Make sure that you go and share that. We know that your exes are stalking you and you want to show them that you are living your best life, right? So feel free to do so. Spread the love. I would also like to introduce our house manager. I affectionately like to say he is the next linebacker for the Chicago Bears because my Chicago Bears need help. But he is our house manager. He is a visual artist. Make sure that you see whatever doodles he is doing tonight. He is in the back. Please give it up for Ralph. Give it up for Ralph, y'all. The last Saturday of every month, Ralph actually hosts his own show. It's called Body of Arts. They be painting canvases, painting half-naked bodies. And then last time we had a band on stage, I had iguanas on their head. I don't even know if what happened that night was legal, right? But it happened, and it was a lot of fun. So the last Saturday of every month at 8, it's at 8 o'clock, Ralph? 8 o'clock? From 8 to 12, which means by 7:59 you need to get here because there is so much going on. Oh, I love it. Okay, also I would like to introduce, I quickly mentioned our after party, our karaoke after party. So after we get through all the feelings and the emotions of the poems we're gonna hear tonight, right? After we have that cathartic experience together, then and only then can we have our after party where we act up. The only people, all right, the only people I suggest who do not come to our after party are those of you who may have like political aspirations for the White House, because it's gonna get so ridiculous at our after party. And I assure you that whatever gets on tape, you're never gonna get voted in. And you can blame our host, I like to call him the honey trap, and that is Paul con queso at the bar. Give it up for Paul. That is the man you're gonna go speak to about signing up. Or of course, if you're here with a significant other and you don't want them to become president, you can sign them up. That would be fun. I'd love to see that. And last but not least, the most important person who is here in the room tonight. Now listen, it's my ass who did all the graphics and video. It's my ass who's working, like setting up how we're gonna do the show, right? It's my ass who's gonna be hosting and is on stage all night, and I'm not even the most important person here, right? As you can tell, I have an ego, but I am not the most important person here. Even I have to defer to the greatness of this man. And he is great, not because his name is Kenny, not because he has a gorgeous beard and long hair. He is great because he is our bartender tonight. Give it up for Kenny! Make sure you go see him, get your drink on. He's got the magic elixir. And I can't believe I forgot this person. I gotta make sure that I mention him again because they too are important. Not as important as Kenny, but they're very close to being important, right? Because right now, all of us can sit back and we're gonna enjoy tonight. We are really gonna live our best life, right? And right now, even though we can take pictures, right, this isn't the moment for a selfie, right? We need some, if it's for me, tell them I'm not here, okay? I'm busy. So, all right, and that is about a man by the name of Abraham. And Abraham is important because as I alluded to earlier, Abraham is going to help all of us, even if you're not performing, Abraham's going to help all of us piss off our exes because Abraham's going to be taking our photographs. Give it up for our photographer, Abraham. You better treat this dude right. You better treat this dude right because listen, y'all. And when I say this, you're going to be like, yo, he's speaking truth right here. Facts. Okay, listen. When you put your selfies up on Instagram, that is not you living your best life, right? That's not going to piss off your ex. But if you were too busy living your best life, that someone else has to take your photograph, oh, now that's going to piss them off, okay? So, I know we came for a performance, but I'm giving you ammunition to upset your past, because I know they're stalking you. With that being said, let us move forward. So this is the hybrid open mic. Everyone who comes up here has 4 minutes to perform. I'd like to let everyone know out in Zoom who's watching us and everyone here in the cafe, some of our poets may use mommy and daddy language. And some of our poets, on a more serious note, may share things that are very vulnerable and it can be triggering. So you have been warned. This is your trigger warning. The Nuyorican Poets Café, since its inception, has been about people speaking their truth and freedom of speech, especially for those who weren't given a voice, who weren't given a platform. So our poets are going to come up here and talk some shit, put the kids to bed. Also, before we begin, because I don't want us to upset our poets when they come up, please take out your smartphone, your dumb phone, your just getting by in life phone, and you can either turn it off or put it on pleasure mode. Hey, I like that horn. We need to keep that when I tell a joke. I like that. Who had the horn? Who had the horn? We got to do that horn again. I like that. And for those who didn't get it, understand, vibrate, get it? All right, listen. Kenny's at the bar. He is so willing to give you a drink. I will get funnier the more you drink. So performers, you got 4 minutes to perform. If you are nearing 4 minutes, I'm going to start to walk the stage to kind of wave my hands, let you know, your time is running out, your time is running out. I think I covered everything out. Check out nuyorican.org. Make sure you drink. And also, we are big on building community. So poets, when you come up here, quickly let the people know where they can find you online. But most importantly, those of you in the cafe tonight, make sure you meet at least one person you've never met before. All right, come away meeting one new stranger, okay? We are about building community. This is the building that Miguel Agarin built. It is like, let's give it up for Miguel. So, we are going to treat it like church. Meet someone you've never met before. And you know how they do in church. Peace be with you. Peace be with you. Nice time. Right? Like, okay, you know, what's the Giants score? What's the score? Right? Like we're doing stuff like that. Anyway. All right, so with that being said, I believe that I have covered everything. We are going to start with Zoom. We've got a couple of Zoom performers, and then we're going to get to our poets on the stage. So first, I would like to bring up Pinky's best friend, for those of us in the community. There is Pinky on the big screen. Oh yeah, and then there's Jeff. That's Jeff Cottrell. So we are forced to listen to Jeff, but we can all stare at Pinky. Actually, Jeff Cottrell is a phenomenal writer. He is across the border. That's why he's not with us. And I know for those of you who thought Mexico, you're racist. I'm talking about Canada, as you can see. So Jeff is up in Canada. He has published recently his own book. So Jeff, please, can we get a mic check on Jeff? Jeff, can we get a mic check from you to make sure we hear you clearly?
Mic check.
Loud and clear. Mr. Jeff Cottrell, let the good folks know here at the cafe and on Zoom where they can find you online. And then we ready for your beautiful work, brother. Let's go.
All right, you can find me at jeffcottrell.com and Facebook and Twitter. And you can find me at the Nuyorican Poets Café physically in September. I'm coming to New York for a weekend. So since the dawn of poetry, poets have paid tribute to the moon. So I would like to join that immortal tradition. This is called an ode to the moon. Fuck you, moon! Seriously, go bugger yourself, crater face. You think you're so cool and all with all your moon rocks? Dick. Oh, look at me. I'm the moon. I make people turn into werewolves. I make people go crazy when I turn full. I use my gravitational pull to cause tidal waves. Frank Sinatra sang songs about me. Michael Jackson did a dance named after me. I run circles around your crappy little planet. Literally. I'm the moon, baby. And you ain't never setting foot on me, sucker. Yeah? Well, go suck on a sucking piece of something, sucko. Stupid moon. How many astronauts have visited you lately, huh? How many, you pockmarked bastard? Been a while, hasn't it? As in a 49-year while. Why don't the astronauts like you anymore, Moon? What did you do to creep them out? Did you say something to offend them? Did they catch you doing it with their significant others? Why doesn't NASA ever call anymore, Moon? Maybe it's because you're, I don't know, a big jerk? You're not really made of cheese, but you are cheesy. Remember when Georges Méliès made that movie in which that spaceship hit you in the eye? Well, he should have used a bigger spaceship, one that would have wiped out your whole dumb, stupid face. Or he could have sent up a nuclear bomb and blown you into a million billion moon bits, except they didn't have nuclear energy back in 1902. Okay, scratch that one. Hey, Moon, you know the difference between you and your mom? There's only one man in the moon. Stop peeking in my window every night, you pervert. Somebody ought to moon you, Moon, you shiny pie-faced wanker. You think you're timeless, but you're just a phase. Percy Shelley once wrote about you. Art thou pale for weariness of climbing heaven and gazing on the earth? Wandering companionless among the stars that have a different birth? Yeah, hear that, Moon? Companionless. Because who'd be your companion, you lunar loser? It's only a paper moon. See, Moon, you're just paper. Well, scissors cuts your paper, and I've got scissors. Huh? Hard quality metal scissors made out of the rock of the earth. And wait, okay, I know they say paper covers rock, but that's bullshit. Rock is strong and crushes paper too. Yeah. Stupid moon. You know that Jupiter moon, Io? I hear Io's got more than 400 working volcanoes. Where are your volcanoes, Moon? I hear you used to have some pretty good ones back in the day, but now you've gotten old, Moon, and all your volcanoes have dried up into dark Maria, and there ain't no giant cosmic Viagra out there to bring them back. No, sir. You're a jerk, Moon, a complete knee-biter. I'm gonna send you to the moon, Moon. You sun-reflecting, tide-causing, total eclipsing, poet-inspiring, who-drummer, crater-hoarding, river-widening, flying bicycle, backdrop, scenery-supplying, monolith-hiding son of a fucking fuck-faced, fuck-headed fucker. Think about that next time you beat me at Pinochle. Thank you. That was my beautiful ode to the moon. And this is my novel. Thank you.
Keep giving it up for Jeff Cottrell.
Thank you. This is my novel, Hate Story. It's available on Amazon and Barnes & Noble.
Thank you, Jeff. Appreciate you, brother. It's always a pleasure to see Pinky. Thank you. Jeff is actually a mainstay member on our online community. We do Monday night online open mic. Jeff frequents it, and I'm excited to see you in September, man. Jeff Cottrell is going to be coming across the border, the Canadian border, to come hang out with us. All right, so let's get to our next poet. She is 1/3 of the Jersey Trinity, and she's a Philadelphia Phillies fan. She's a mainstay member of our community, and that is the cover to her book that's shining over her head. Give it up for Terry Rose Jerkson.
How's everybody doing? So tonight is a free write about an experience I had on Amazon. Here's the saga of once being a seller on Amazon. For many years, I had a semi-successful bookstore on Amazon. What was I selling? Mostly textbooks for college because they are so bloody expensive in the bookstores, the brick and mortar ones. Other things I threw in for good measure were self-help books and children's books, mostly from the younger years of their lives. No grandchildren here yet to pass them on to. I was not making good money, just really trying to recoup money spent. After I graduated college, I had no need to recoup anything, so I closed my bookstore. A word of advice to others considering the same. Do not close your seller account, even if you think you may never need it again. And I will explain why. In my case, I tried to reopen, and it's been months of back and forth, emails, messages, ineffective phone calls, interactions with agents who may as well be robots for the solutions or lack of them that they offer. The bottom line is, humans do not exist to help anyone with a seller account, now active or defunct. The only way to open a seller account after you had one is to become someone else by changing all of your contact info and possibly even your name. So here are a couple of haikus and tankas about that. Way to open a new seller account on Amazon. Change your contact info, change your address and number, new identity. Witness protection, program to fool computers into compliance. Sold on Amazon. Condition, use, signs of wear. We have been deceived. The American dream lie, crushed under heavy dollars. It's just bad business. Oh, the humanity gone, left in a voicemail. Human help on moon, new place for them to vacay, abandon all hope of speaking with them ever again, left to our own devices. Logo Amazon, phallic image reminds us to go fuck ourselves. Thank you.
It's like they're incredibly observant, like those people who look at like the Disney cartoons, which are very innocent. They'd be like, isn't that a phallic in the cloud? Then why did they put that in there? Disney, stay doing that. One more time, give it up for Terry Rose Johnson. Now we are going over to, I believe he said he was in West Africa. He's one of the newest members of our community, Safongo. Is he there? Can we get him on the screen, Ron? Oh, there we go, brother. Let's get a mic check so we can hear you. Give me a mic check.
Yo, what's up, everybody? Thanks for being here.
We hear you, brother. All right, good. So let the folks know where they can find you online and then get into your poetry, man. Welcome to Hybrid.
All right. The name is Pongo, but some call me the honorable metaphors. They say my metaphors are so honorable they deserve a seat in the parliament. But please do not tell the governor fade away. I recently published this book, Trials. Unfortunately, because of the lighting and the thing, I am not able to show the cover very well. It's available on Amazon. I'm gonna recite a poem titled "The Rain Dance." It's from this collection. Goes something like this. We all sat around the fireplaces, the tongues of the fire seemingly taunting our hungry-looking faces. We had not left the room, no, none had the nerve, not until the ritual was over. We sat on the floor, cross-legged, frozen, waiting for the first droplet. The ground smelt of thirsty spring had come and gone, but even the trees that hung onto their leaves were grieved to hear them fall to the ground, raising tons of dust that hung above our heads like a friendly ghost come to boast. The rhythm of life could sing to the cries of the bleeding goats. We had drank their blood and ate the flesh of their kin in an effort to keep soul glued to the skin. The people were quiet, but each whispered in their minds the truth unspeakable. The cross steeple that stood atop the cathedral, seemingly fucking the sky, rendered her barren. Gone are the days of the rain dance when the rainmaker through the orifices of the hot springs in Binga disappeared for 7 days and came back with basket loads of harvest maize to tell of the bumper harvest, a gift from the gods of the rain. If he came with his hands empty like politicians' promise of food security, the tribes knew that the drums had to beat for the people to tap and the gods to dance until the earth cried tears of rain. We were one with the land, most of gods of the rain, so I pray thee tell which goes to this safe village starving. No blasphemy. Let's have none of that nonsense for the starving child whose father wakes the fields but the rains unfold, whose mother gathers the wood but the cat slips on the head, whose stomach grumbles the Lord's prayer but all the Lords are deaf. Her shoulders will never carry the unpleasant weight of a stuffed teen as she goes to school. She begs for not a single droplet for her throat to cool, so she learns at school that the globe is getting warm, that Mother Earth never speaks, but she whispers silent cries every time a car turns into a passive smoker, taking it to cloud nine. But do you know what smoke does to lungs? It will create a hole so big the sun will escape the hands of time and burn us all alive. No rain to cool us down, let alone irrigate the garden of Eden, long lost to the hands of men. Peace.
One of the newest members of the community. Y'all gotta check out our Monday night online open mic and our Thursday night online open mic. We get to meet all kinds of talented people and interesting people. All right, so Ron, can I get a little more energy in the mic? Check. Oh, that's good. That's good. All right, so we are gonna get back to our Zoom poets in a little bit, but right now we're gonna get some poets to rock the stage right here at the cafe. And this next brother who's coming up, he's coming with all kinds of energy, all the way from New Jersey. Y'all are not ready for him. Please give it up for my brother, Nick Paleologo. What is up, everyone?
Before I begin, I want to try something with y'all. This side of the room right here, I want you to say something. Say it ain't so. Go ahead.
Say it ain't so.
This side of the room, I want to say, I will not go.
I will not go.
No. Hold on, one more thing. Turn the lights off. Carry me home.
Carry me home.
I want you to remember that for later. If you want to find me online, The Real Nick P.I.G., Facebook, Nick Paleologos. Let's do this. 2 pieces tonight. First one. CTE. Crash test everyone. Craniums turn eggshells. Crush the enemy. Could the Enigma corporations turn endless cash total to effervescence? Chronologically, tradition ends. Cuts to edges, clauses to eradicate, creatures to entropy. Crying terrors echo, claustrophobic trembles encase cremated traumatic events. Chemically trained experts, crashing the entire coliseum, thrashing endlessly, collision course timeline experienced. Cowboys turned existentless. Chiefs turned exploited, Cardinals turned embalmed, Chargers turned erratic, Colts turned endangered, champions to exterminate, conglomerates turned evil, empires come to exist, come to extra circumstances to erasure, concrete the elimination, creation that ends, champions come to the end, come to ease, come to ecstasy, come to enlightenment, CTE. Thank you so much, everyone. This is my last one from y'all. And this is in my book, Ad versus Reaction, which I have here in the cafe. So you should come see me afterwards, because, you know, meet someone new. And you can go ahead and go buy this amazing book. Advocate talked about this being like church. Let me take y'all to church. I'm taking you to church. Welcome to the Church of Preliminarity. We accepted everyone here unless an oppressor, or you have any of these diseases, it is not limited to xenophobia, racism, sexism, homophobia, biphobia, transphobia, misogyny, and any other hatred of our human race. We have services available to rehab those behaviors. If you or any of our members are inflicting any harm, you will be booted out faster than Des Bryant throwing up the X after a touchdown. The matrimony is poetry and prose. We anoint the sick with the oils of our ink. We are baptized and confirmed in words. Our ordained ministers, like Advocate of Words and Paul Conqueso, are the hosts. We don't do communion here. Community is enough. Our columns have poetry all over them. Our scriptures are poetry slams. Our hymns are free verses. Our windows are stained glass of poets of the past and present. Our scaffolding states, you are worth it. No confessions here. Our work is all we need. The debts to be paid is to yourself. You owe yourself love and to properly tell your story. If you cannot pay, we will work with you. Anyone can attend the Church of Poeminality. Just be brave, be vulnerable, don't be hateful, but most of all, be yourself. We look forward to having you here. Now say it with me, y'all. And if y'all new here, I'm gonna say, I'm taking you to church. Say it, I'm taking you to church. The church isn't a building, though. It's every open mic you've ever been to. Yeah. Remember that last part, y'all. So remember, left side, say it.
Say so.
I will not go. Turn the lights off. Carry me home. Thank you, everyone.
Nick, clear your logos. I'm gonna let y'all know right now. Those of you who stay for the after party karaoke, his energy is not going anywhere. It is like that all night. All night. Love having him. Thank you, Nick. All right, next coming up is a voice that has not come to hybrid before, right? You've never performed at hybrid. I mean, you might have performed at other places or maybe even New York, but not at hybrid, right? For the first time on a hybrid platform, give it up for Kira Candy!
Man down. Cause I didn't mean to hurt him. Could have been somebody's son. But I took his heart when I pulled out my gun. Rum pum pum pum, rum pum pum pum, rum pum pum pum. Man down. He's dead to me. I mean it. The scars he left, they're dead too. Dead tissue scraping itself off my body, scraping the memories off my soul, out of my womb, out of my mind. And he wonders why I never think of him. Call me a heartless bitch because my ventricles stopped pumping so thick for him. Call me a cold bitch as a body dropped dead on arrival, like all the words he say that don't penetrate the same, or even at all. Or when you shoot him, for when you shoot a man down and he falls, he'll squall. You did this, you dirty bitch. But he forgets all the things that made you want to wash him away, cleanse him. Deep cleansing, deep-rooted, roots springing from the well that washes his ass, roots tall enough to hang him out to dry, and I did. Oh, mama, 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 I just shot a man down in Central Station in front of a big old crowd. Oh, mama, 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 I just shot a man down. And I did it in front of all of my thoughts and all of my feelings and all of my love. So they know we're not fucking around no more. So they know that we know our worth. Yeah, I scraped him from my ideas, washed us both clean, hung him up to dry. Then I took him down and burned him to the ground. 'cause he's dead to me. As he symbolizes all the lovers in the past, all the haters in the past, all the doubt and confusion of myself in the past, they're all dead to me. I shot them down, bang, fucking bang, but I didn't mean to hurt them. My ascension just needed them gone. Thank you.
So as you can hear, Miss Kira Candy, you done messed up. You done messed up because the community has claimed you as one of their own by screaming one of us, which means every second Saturday you have to be here at the cafe now. That's it, they've claimed you as one of us. One more time, give it up for Kira. Let's keep that good energy going. Next, oh, you know what I tried to do? Me and my kid, right? My son Letters. My name is Words, his name is Letters, wink, wink, right? So like, we're big into baseball and he's big into skateboarding. And we tried to throw the Frisbee and it's really, really difficult. I cannot believe how difficult it was to throw. I could throw a freaking football. I can throw a baseball well over 200 feet. A Frisbee, I can't. And the reason, well, there's no reason I'm bringing it up because the next poet coming up is a teacher. He is a teacher, he is there, and a lot of his stuff that I've heard from him is about the kids, geared towards the kids. He is a member of this community at the Nuyorican Poets Café. I've seen him on Wednesday nights, I've seen him here on Monday nights, seen him here on Hybrid. He is a writer, and he's been part of the Monday night online open mic. And I want y'all to put your hands together as my brother Maddie comes to the mic. Give it up for Maddie! I didn't mention you're a professional Frisbee player. I didn't say it.
Some new shit from today? The Mall of America, where you can buy it all, even democracy. Every luxury as far as the eye can see. Forget the issues that piss you off. With a shopping spree or a fancy degree, you get drawn in by the smell of a Cinnabon, the nostalgic con of a bygone time. Food court, changing the menu to the extreme. They call the venue supreme. A fancy name, but it ain't worth shit. It exists to serve profit to management, while the health code in question, it's soul poisoning, bad for digestion. The Supreme Court, a lifelong wart, is falling short, lacking customer support. How can we fight it when in 2010, Citizens United let corporate divide us, giving us the itis, behind closed doors, policies decided, change, why even try it? Like Hansel and Gretel, we're being fattened with sweets, swallowing treats. Defeat is all but complete unless we refuse to eat. Because I might be hungry, but I'm starving for change that we aren't making. Hunger pangs I've been shaking. Low-hanging fruit there for the taking. The fault lines of my heart are breaking. Buns in the oven forced to turn. The more we birth, the more they earn. Follow the money, follow the bread. The crumbs are littered with the dead. It's always been about making dough. We're needed in, nowhere to go, like quicksand. We're drowning on land under a flood of blood money. We're stuck. No amount of flour or magic powder can breach the hold these old white men hold. Having spent their lives to control and sold at the bake sales of power, raising new dough. Progress is slow, glacial. If I stare, the pace will dare me to blink. Fall asleep as I sink. I think, I dream we can be saved. Chasing bread, ironically, has left us hungry instead. Our nation's bakers, our nation's takers, political fakers, take the whole loaf and cut it up and serve us up in sandwiches with stitches like Uncrustables, of Republican Democrats both untrustable, like white bread, no nutrition or substance, white bread, all American fed. Are we willing to burn some bread? I hear, I hate politics, by those that are quick to dismiss issues that don't involve them. These damn fossils got a Pikachu and a Thunderstone but won't evolve them. the resources but refuse to solve them, to kick the can down the road and stick it to those hosed under the loads of shit the rich sit on top of. Built a house of cards on the stilts of essential backs that will collapse as we max out the credit card of the American dream. So billionaires can cash out and what? Go to Mars? I hate politics too, but I hate more to think that the world is fixed, that it can't be changed, that it can't be fixed, that we can't switch up the mix if we stick together and restrict people over 60 or human garbage like Chris Christie, who seem free to ignore pleas of reason, ignore scenes of treason, flee their responsibilities, and then be like, more money please, the only hope is our party. Both sides stale and moldy, they failed us in our oldie, we need to grow boldly. Like a moth to flame, we need to take names. Like the seasons, our problems revolve. So I'll get involved and find the resolve to get in the mix and be a stick in the mud that sticks with it till we fix this shit.
Maddie! Molding the minds of the next generation of revolutionary thinkers. I appreciate Maddie very much. And I'm very proud of myself for not mentioning he's a professional Frisbee player. So difficult not to know. Maddie's a really good person. Make sure that y'all go speak with him afterwards. As I mentioned, there's a lot of people here that y'all need to talk to afterwards. You could do so at the karaoke. A few of you walked in a little later. After we get done with our poeming, we're going to get some drinks in and we're going to do some karaoke with Mr. Paul Conqueso. We'll talk about that a little bit later. But right now I want to get to our next poet. Representing the Upper East Side, representing Long Island, maybe representing someone's apartment you don't know about because she is also a real estate agent and she is working on an editor for an anthology. But you know what? You're just gonna have to talk to her afterwards so you can find out about it. Coming to the stage, please make some noise for Deadpan Lizzie. Clap and Deadpan Lizzie, come to the stage. Keep clapping.
There is no beanie because I have my limits for not wanting to pass out on the streets of New York. But we can still say beanie blessings. So I am a Deadpan Lizzie, the beanie god, as they lovingly call me here, as my spoken word artist name. I wrote a new book recently. It's called Kunda Beanie. Thank you. It is a book of pankus. Pankus are 3 styles of poetry I created. They're 9-word poems, or 9 lines of 9 words, or 9 stanzas of 9 lines of 9 words. It's 729 words. And it's a content warning, the whole book. So we talk about trigger warnings. The whole book is a content warning. I'm just being honest. So I'm going to read 2 tonight of the second form. This one, it reads as a diary too. So this one is from February 19th of this year. I wish hard times would go with the waves. You can tell by the currents where you will end up and what is stopping you from living instead of feeling stuck in a vortex that is congested and full of grayish black dust and wood chips, making it harder for you to breathe in the good times so you can blow away the crappy bullies who harm you but teach you to stand up and advocate for what you need presently. Thank you. I'm going to leave you with one more piece that was written on March 9th. Now, when I do some mommy and daddy language, they like to call me deadpan dirty here. But it's also like Professor Strauss had to get some stuff out of her body. So here we go. I have a dream I will never be asked if scissoring is real again. Be told I can only achieve sexual pleasure, intimacy, have an orgasm with specific toys, oral sex, or fast fingering. Why can't 2 women rubbing clits up against one another achieve wet, steamy, sensual sensations as lips roughly or gently lock over and over? Are you aware these comments are sexist, homophobic, cause anxiety, stress, and nightmares? I love scissoring, as do my partners, just fine. Thank you very much for the time. I have extra copies in the back if you're interested in learning more about it or purchasing one. ES_Strauss and IJ. Many blessings. Thank you.
Deadpan Lizzie. I like the hat though. I was teasing her. Normally she wears a beanie, but she's like, yo, you're looking good with the white hat backwards. That's what's up. That's what's up. All right, let's keep it moving. Next, coming up to the mic. Oh wait, it is. Wait, Ron. Tell me who it is, Ron. I can't believe. Oh no, I know. Forget it. How could I forget this dude? Okay, so next coming up. Normally when we have hybrid, we are accustomed to seeing him up here. But he decided to say, fuck Florida, and he flew all the way up to hang out with us here in New York City. Give it up for Dustin Salas! Give it up for him.
If men could get pregnant, abortion would be a religious sacrament. You would be able to buy the morning after pill at 7-Eleven in flaming hot and Cool Ranch flavor. If men could get pregnant, nobody would ever talk about being pro-choice or pro-life. If they were pro-life, they would vote to house children, to feed children, to educate children in schools free of gun violence. But they don't, because this is about controlling women. Listen up. Women are not domestic infant suppliers, you medieval monsters. Now I urge you all to vote as if your rights depend on it, because they do. Thank you. This is called the holographic universe. 1, 2, 3, check. Beamed up from Prague like Star Trek. I got lines going on to infinity. Some call me a poet and some a divinity, but never take me too seriously. I'm living on the edge deliriously. Future evolution depends on our decisions now. Surmounting every difficulty will show you how. Words flowing out like Niagara falls in your lap like Viagra to keep that booty shaking as Armageddon's quaking. My rhymes erect, it's never flaccid. Complex like deoxyribose, nucleic acid. I've been up all night, I keep going and going and going, and where this will stop there's no way of knowing. And Leo Dragon's my horoscope, and I'm pyrotechnic like a great white dope. I'm on fire and everything's funny. I'm the frickin' Energizer Bunny. It's inside me, there's always more. 7 days a week, I'm on 24. Plugged in, blissed out, I'm inspired into cosmic consciousness. I'm hardwired. I'll live forever, I'll die trying. At light speed, I'm time defying. Real serious like the dog star, yet delirious like a drug czar. If making my own synchronicity seems like egocentricity, I've got my flaws, but I live life to the hilt. Love and do what thou wilt. Third eyes on like I got X-ray specs. I'm driven to the edge of Cassandra complex, but we roll with the shocks. We're putting everything back in Pandora's box. The golden apple goes to the fairest. I'm dressed to thrill, all hail Eris. Sacrifice to Bacchus another Red Bull, while giving thanks and being mindful of all the joy that surrounds us, even as all their bullshit hounds us back on earth where we live life, death, rebirth, in the afterlife, and I'm sailing away. Live in the now, live for today. The river Styx we all will cross. In Hades, I'll be my boss. Non serviam will tell the ruler. Install central air, now that's cooler. In the underworld without a care, all my best friends are there. We'll open a club, we'll call it heaven. It'll be rockin' 24/7, orgiastic revels. I'm not Joshin, Dionysian, Hieronymus, Bashan. We like it spicy, got no taste for mild. Our party motor's running, born to be wild. We're quantum mechanics under the hood, meta-programming for the common good. If Einstein's relativity is E equals mc squared, This means the good times are best when they are shared. Our cup runneth over, a cornucopia. This underground network's created this utopia. We make the rules by which this game is played. We've got a grip on the eternal golden braid. So if you're down with what we're professing, come with us, we're effervescing to these naked truths. We're undressing. Love one another, it's a blessing.
Justin Salas. My man came up from Florida, come hang out with us. Make sure you speak with him as well. Ron, can I get a little juice in the mic? Because right now we're about to have a new voice, well, at least new to the hybrid platform. And please put your hands together as we welcome Juan B to the stage. Give it up to Juan. Here he comes. Yes.
Thank you, everybody. I come from Santa Fe, New Mexico. I came pretty much just to do this. Well, I have to celebrate our anniversary, but otherwise. So this is a bucket list thing for me, although, man, I ain't dying or anything. But, you know, if I piss myself, have a heart attack, or literally explode, just go with it, and I am sorry for that.
I feel that.
Okay, so I call this why I'm running for school board. I've battled demons, but damn, I didn't know they'd battle back. They take our kids and don't cut them any slack. With names like poverty and self-doubt, those damn devils don't give our youth a lot of ways out. I rattled cages, but in them, man, I was locked away. In time, I saw that by just being me, I always had the key. So I am here to tell tales of hope and might. Life ain't about brown v. white or wrong v. right. It's just about sharing time and healing light. Because when we do, man, them demons die.
You done messed up, Ron. Cause that airfare is gonna be killing your pockets, man. Cause you're gonna have to come back here next month. They claimed you as one of theirs. I know that you're on anniversary with the way. It's right. Yes. I didn't make anything awkward. Okay, cool. You never know. Like two people come to hang out. They're like, dude, we're just coming for a poetry show with that. Okay, cool. Hi. It's nice to meet you. I'm gonna see you next month because your husband got cleaned by everyone here. One more time, give it up for Juan. Next, coming to the mic, coming out from Jersey, right, Poem? We're Jersey, right? We're Jersey, yeah. Jersey in the building. Is Jersey in the building? What are you doing, Maddie? You're from the Midwest of America. Oh, you claim him? Oh, okay. Real quick. So afterwards, we have an after party, karaoke. We have, listen, this dude. Give it up for Maddie Maroquin. That's what we're about to check out real quick. So listen, I'm born and raised in New York City, right? I was born and raised in the hood. I went to school in Manhattan where I got exposed to like the village and everything, right? And I was there when the internet was first coming out, so I've seen it all. Except Maddie Maroquin has such like a unique set of skills that we had to create a new name for. I didn't create his job title. I just want to let y'all know that, right? But it's a dope job title. He is called the Hype Engineer. I have never heard of that before. He has started a new career in like 2,000 years. Everyone's going to aspire to be the Hype Engineer. And they're all going to pray to Maddie Maroquin. All right. With that being said, Jersey's traveling well tonight. One of Jersey's own is about to light up the stage. Put your hands together as Paul makes his way to the mic. Give it up for Paul!
I grew up poor. How about y'all? When Mouse and Roach are at war over the crumbs on your floor, and landlord attaches overdue slip on your door, and your fridge is filled with wishes from before, and garbage overflowing from tickets left ignored, unpaid, with not $1 to show for the hours you slaved. And like Roxanne Shantae's mother, you gave every dollar to some nieces that you saved, tripped by life's intentional clutter, muddying roads that you paved and boot on your driver's side wheel because you still believe you were paid and took that tax money, chasing Joneses while on public aid and assistance from TV, convincing us that wealth doesn't start from within, complicated further by the hurdle of our skin and bad credit, suffering from lack of good information passed is our generational sin. The wage paid with age lines from forehead to chin. Poor, but for our children's sake, we still manage a grin and pressure to write words that'll buy me a Benz, that'll buy me some friends with ends to meet means, so I could pour the house with the greens, so I could front and drop a 20 in a cup of a fiend, so I could lean with rocks that gleam like Supreme Team, Kenneth McGriff, so I could buy some liquor to pour or a rock to sniff. My aspirations are merely evaporation caused by mental exasperation from misuse of my gift. Yes, I was blessed to break the chains from the no frills life that used to exist. We squander, then ponder why our wealth went down yonder, because we'd rather spend $700 up for a Jag than drive Honda. Poor, because we believe that cool could be bought, learned and taught. An old friend of mine slung chalk for 8 years, then left children and spouse alone for 25 in the dark, while we act like we ain't smart. Poor, wanting to vogue, wanting to be lit, wanting the approval of people who ain't shit, wanting, holding his mindset so tight that you slip. I've seen poor attitudes, gratitudes, spirits, personalities who saw truth and fallacy, who recoat my Mitch, who loosened the stitch, who flipped off the switch. Dark, you'll be the man. To the black man is the white man's sales pitch. Poor. My father. To you and me is evident. Since my birth, we were like doppelgangers. Though my eyes and cheeks, many mirror Eudorus keeping her alive. I was a teenager with pen in hand, running from a reality I couldn't stand, the face of a junkie who in my youth I was ashamed to call my dad, my friends, with families and dads who signed them up for Pee-wee and clapped hands and trained in off seasons, lifting weights and talked about girls and sex on father-son dates instead. I used to visit you at the Integrity House behind steel gates. We shot makeshift basketballs into bottomless crates. You were a Superman with invisible cape, lean and strong and army tough with unmistakable name. Sonny were the days that the screen door would rattle and I would run smiling, recognizing a familiar bang. I used to hang on East Orange hard streets on the same corners where you were slang, identified by old heads who saw our face the same. Ain't you Omar's boy? Your friends Rock and Sharif explained, acting like we lived together. But in reality, I saw you rarely. When you were sober enough, you came. Our grandma screamed. She placed tightly folded bills in your hand. As quick as I hugged you and said, I love you, son, the door would coldly slam. So many fathers on drugs, so many sons like me running from who I am, but it never changed with book publications or college degrees. I too laid addicted to my depression, sparking addictive personality. Praise Lords. Whoever was responsible for keeping you above ground on days when pain sounded like downpours, the thud of liquid drops on project mounds inside me, I heard father's heart pound. Husband to a murdered wife, suspect for 2 years. I used to visit you in dank one-bedroom apartment, building rights with shady characters and empty cans of beer. I feared being a bum. The vibes and energy that other family members would give when you would come around was palpable. Harsh judgments that would resound, but
what I remember was push-ups on your back, 50 a clip. Lifting a 5-year-old that weighed 55 pounds, that was your strength before my mother's body was found. I love you. No matter how much you this cold world took from me, you're still my pops. And at 37, I finally learned to stop running from the you and me for my father.
Home representing Jersey. As I said in the very beginning, I said it even though Tabitha came late and she missed it. She's been here before early, so she knows I always say it in the beginning. Some of our poets are going to share mommy daddy language, and some of our poets are going to be really vulnerable. We're going to get the whole spectrum for tonight. One more time, please give it up for Home. And his plastic cup chalice, like, that is everything. Bro, that's like a Harlem, Brooklyn, Bronx thing, but Jersey did it. I love it, yo. I'm for that. We're gonna talk later. All right, so let us now jump into Zoom. And I am so excited about this next performer, right? Because this dude came about like 5-6 weeks ago to the Monday Night Online open mic. And he was just giving all kinds of good energy, right? And then I was like, I've been doing this long enough to figure like, there's something special here. I don't know what it is, right? Like those of us who've been like hosting for a while and doing stuff, right? We're able to pick certain things up. And we're always like, I don't know what it is, but there's something special here. So we're gonna have to do something, man, to keep this dude in the community, right? And we fortunately did, and now he's gonna rock with us. Give it up for Zonconto! This dude is a fantastic writer and a fantastic performer. Y'all gonna love him. Zonconto, all right, I'm not talking too much, brother. The floor is yours. Go ahead.
Thank you so much. I appreciate being here. So the energy is infectious, by the way. One love to all of you that are there in person. I love your face illuminated by candles. Because even nighttime can't handle your shadow. I love to sit and marvel at the trouble that it took to create you. Because you're not just beautiful. I've always wanted to shake the hand that made you. Because since I met you, I found the spirit to connect to. I'll fight to the death. The death came to collect you. Because I would rather lose my breath. Since I met you, I love you, and any other emotion could be painful. It's like we both graduated from the same school, but no degree of separation will ever take you away from my imagination. I'm constantly waiting to come back home and taste the beautiful treats that you've been baking. At first, I thought that you were taken, and I was shaking because I was ready to commit adultery in a second. Couldn't believe the goddess that I just met with. God is the greatest artist, and you his best painting. Let's take a walk through the forest that is hidden inside. We can share great stories underneath candlelight. I was afraid for a moment, but this feeling is right. For the right price, we can buy a ray of sunlight. I love the fact that we attract a small crowd when we're walking hand in hand. I don't care, because I understand. Only if I had a magic wand, then I'll extend photocopies of your touch for the lonely. Because they die when you hold me. I love it when you scold me. I was an unwritten letter till you opened the envelope and dared to unfold me. With your immaculate hand, this is what you wrote me with your blood. As the ink, you said, I'm your one and only. Then you wrote the number to your secrets and say, call me. You never put me on hold. It rang once. And you talked to me. Your voice to me was like 1,000 angels singing, possibly to create the soundtrack for our feet. When you walk with me, I'll give you my last heartbeat consciously and know that you would never cheat on me if there was more of me. Your smile comes with a lifetime warranty. You arrested me and I refuse to seek amnesty. Let's take a walk through the forest that is hidden inside. We can share great stories underneath candlelight. I was afraid for a moment, but this feeling is right. For the right price, we can buy a ray of sunlight. I love the fact that you can never be caught dead faking the intensity that possesses your eyes when you awaken. I've lost touch of the mental photographs taken because even in silence, it's like you making a statement. We live on an island of our very own making, walk the beach naked, two divine shellfish. You're my greatest wish, and I'm just being selfish when I say my greatest wish is to put a leash on your essence. I'm tired of sitting on the fence when romance is the question posed to me. With you, I feel I won the lottery. And I'm not cashing the ticket until you visit and corner me into sharing forever this life of luxury. Let's take a walk through the forest that is hidden inside. We can share great stories underneath candlelight, babe. I was afraid for a moment, but this feeling is right. For the right price, we can buy a ray of sunlight. Thank you.
Y'all gotta check out the Monday Night Online Open Mic so you can see this dude. Wait, brother, where are you at? Where are you located? Is he muted?
I am in Windsor, Canada, but I'm from the same country as Congo, Zimbabwe.
Oh, okay. So listen, you need to cross the border and come to the Nuyorican Poets Café.
I would love to. I would totally love to. Yes.
Because y'all don't know, like this dude, like his poem was super dope. He is dope. You understand? Like I see it in him. Like he is super diverse. Right? Unfortunately, you can't put all of your talent into one poem. And I know that y'all love that poem and he's dope, but you understand, like that is not even the tip of the iceberg with this dude's talent. One more time, please give it up for Zinc. Next, we are going to one of the nicest people in the community, but who has like the most terrifying name. And her name, literally her name, right? Because like as a New Yorker, when it comes to like when we speak, if a word has an R at the end, like we tend to not like pronounce it, right? So if when they talk about like terror, right, we don't pronounce that last R, we just say terror, right? Like because we're New Yorkers, that's our accent, right? And that's what her name is, and that is Tara Lee. Wait, Ron, I don't see her on the screen. There she is! Give it up for Tara Lee! Also want to give a special shout out to Mama Lee in case she is working, because I've been watching, because I'm all about this family affair. Tara, it is a pleasure to see you. Wait, Tara, where are you located?
I am in Chesapeake, Virginia.
Oh, okay. So you're not too far either. You and Mom need to take a road trip up to the Nuyorican. But I'll talk about that with you later. Right now, we want to hear your poetry. Give it up for Tara Lee.
Hey everybody. Like, I love the energy tonight. Like, you guys are going so hard with it that my little monitor over here for this microphone I have, it will go off and go into the red even as you guys are cheering. I love it. But yes, I'm Tara Lee, a poet and editor from Chesapeake, Virginia. I've got 2 books that I'm going to be reading from tonight. The first one is Ignite, and the second one is So Far Away. Yes, if you guys want to get them, which you totally should, check out taralee.com. That is TERRALEIGH.com. Once again, TERRALEIGH.com. So I have 2 poems, one from each of the books. This first one is called 26. Mama says, happy adulting. I say it's the government's way of throwing us out to the wolves, their excuse to microwave some popcorn and watch casserole in while some of us grow closer and closer to no food on the table or taped off from seeing a doctor. It's their way of watching us slave from 6 a.m. to midnight, our skin crinkling and wrinkling, and hearing heart monitors chirp like scared birds. We're just watching line after parallel line pile up until there's no dirt left for any bones. It's too bad for them, though. I've been training for this game, penny pinching since I was 5, playing Monopoly with my mom and brother. No matter how hard they try to snatch my wallet away, it'll only be a dime compared to the treasure chest I buried away. That's the first one, 26, from my book, Ignite. And I got one more. Yeah. And this next one is called Inverted Deception from my second book, So Far Away. Days upon days, dogpile on my back. I am the lone base, trying to keep this human triangle balanced. Inverted in my perceptions, deceived by my directions, this is not how life should go. I was scared of hard work. No, I was scared of the failure after, so I almost sacrificed you to the mundane, almost smothered you in those fake firm pillows hotels offer, and watched the world pass by from a balcony I wanted to jump off of. But you'd always hold my hand and tell me, just a little longer. With you, I could always smile after people laughed in my face. With you, I could see the leap and feel the flight after, because there's nothing else I need here. So I'm sorry for the broken bones, the dislocations, all of the blood loss. I'm gonna flip this all over so you and I are sitting on top of the world. Thank you, Nuyo! Very good. I can't hear. I can't hear him.
Y'all come up here to the Nuyorican Poets Café so we can hang out with y'all. And I'm glad to hear that we are screwing up your speakers and being loud enough. That's a New York thing. I appreciate it. Thank you, Tara. All right. We got one more person that's going to join us on Zoom, and then we're going to go to the stage. And I keep talking about how we are global. And one of the reasons we are global is because of this man, because he keeps going to the FM stations in Japan, being like, hey, y'all checking out the Nuyorican Poet Café, man? Poet! Joining us from Japan, brother, go ahead, the floor is yours. You a superstar, you a superstar.
Yeah, I'm super glad to see you, advocates and heavy guys from Japan, Poetak. Before reading, please let me tell you about tonight's new shit. Love FM, Japanese multilingual FM stations. What Love FM? It's a morning program, popular morning program. The top of the morning, DJ Anna in the blue jacket. She mentioned Nuyorican Poets Café and Miguel many times on the air from my Twitter messages. And also, this year, Love FM marks its 25th anniversary. So tonight I want to show you celebrate and thank you performance for Love FM and Cafe will 50 anniversary next year. So tonight's new shit title is 25. It's protest rock DJ style spoken word like Nick Periologos, I guess. You can get a high sound quality track in this streaming, so I hope you check it out. And also my YouTube channel already this lyric video has uploaded. Now, please enjoy my new shit 25. Let's get started. What's on a 25? Hunch of the sunrise. A tunnel of midnight. It's my watch working right. God is not a person. God is just an action. Got no fucking title privilege. Don't put it to anyone but to your prejudice. 25. Works on a 25. Always since last night. Online. Battles overnight. Today is the first day for the rest of your life. The devil's not in the game, but in the real, or in a realm. Tell him breathing depression to the demon. Homogeneity will lead to extinction. 24. 25. What's on the 25? Matagoshka, parade. You're gonna call it the human race. A cluster of the same color and shape. Technology is driven convenience, the brain degeneration. Technology has upgraded suicide drones as well as space stations. Technology has made us social media slaves and boosted our vain emotions. Technology has turned people into dinosaurs, spreading plastic deserts, drugs, and dark fights. And now the earth is. Extinction.
Hey, you are listening to how are you doing? This is Radio 25, the most loving show miles from 56 million miles away. Today is a national holiday for you, I think. Earth Day, Independence Day, Important Day. I often mix them up because we have different orbital periods. Oh, just got a tweet from a listener. What? Victory Day? Wondering for years, you Earthlings are in the worst fucking place. Global warming, new viruses, go ahead, make my day. In that day, guys, we have on Mars. Thanks to advanced medical technology, all Martians are healthy and long-lived. Older than Yoda. And we can change our faces and bodies to look like a copper model with one day tattoo surgery. Even when we get showered by light, we return to last immortal, intelligent, but non-human like Andrew. You know what? You don't like to sing, okay? So before the sun rises, come over here, guys. Make your day. Now, 25.
Thank you so much.
Poetic, y'all can check him out on Facebook, on YouTube, Poetic50, Poetic50, POEO. There it is, right there. There we go. My man, I love what he does. I love this energy. I love it all. Thank you, brother. Out. And okay, so we still got about 6 or 7 poets who are gonna come here and rock the stage. But real quick, I do want to make a quick announcement. Number 1. We started the hybrid open mic, right? Because we have built this beautiful community online. We met people like Poetic and others that you've heard, some who are here, right? And then when we opened back the cafe after the pandemic, we didn't want to forget our online community. And of course, we weren't going to just not do shows here. So we brought them together, okay? We first started doing that in August of last year, which means that the next hybrid open mic, we're going to be celebrating the hybrid open mic's 1-year anniversary. So I hope that y'all come out for that. And what's also special about next month's hybrid is that my girlfriend from the UK will be here, Mariella Salazar. She's going to be studying at NYU for her LLM, so I'm excited about that. So, August 13th. It's August 13th, I believe. Yeah, that's the second Saturday. We are going to be back here. I hope you return. With that being said, you're not here for me. We're here to hear the poets and the artists. And next coming up is someone who has performed at the Hybrid before. And I believe she even performed on the Monday night online open mic. But now she is one of our newest interns here at the Nuyorican Poets Café, who is working on a very interesting project we have going on, because if all goes well, August 20th, we are going to have the Nuyorican Poets Café block party. We are going to be shutting down 3rd Street right here. And she is helping putting that together, but we're not going to talk about that now because we're going to hear her poetry. Give it up for Aisha. Clap as Aisha comes to the mic. Keep clapping till she gets here.
Okay, so I was definitely about to come up and just go straight into the poem and be super mysterious, but I'm smiling too much because this is my favorite place. Silence can be so deafening at times. When your mind starts going, it becomes inaudible. Your body stretches for space, only realizing it's become immobile. And even though this isn't most days anymore, it still pops up every now and then. So you push through, knowing it must eventually end. Healing? Now that's a fucking process. But every realization is indicative of progress. Every time you consciously recognize, you illuminate ingrained abuse that has been normalized. And I promise, you are not alone. So feel the rage, use it to bring about loving change. Encourage the voiceless by trusting the voice, reclaiming harmony as our noise. Uniting with others allows us to see choice, because the voice that can break me is the voice that can make these cycles dissipate. You are not alone. And although the silence can be so deafening, it's worth mentioning that most of these voices aren't even yours, love. But our minds roar loudly because our voices want to say something, have expression beyond the barriers of muted submission, and that shouldn't be questioned. One time I wrote that in time, the world will know her secrets. Every moment of void succumbing to her meekness. To loathe the body that you've labeled as sin, by tuning her out, you've let him win. It wasn't her choice to let him in. You've only seen what he wanted you to hear. His sanity is what you ought to fear. Ponder your moments too, for when he's not beguiling her, he's after the innocence of you. You see, if I hush these secrets within my own mind, then I'm allowing myself to become more blind. And by falling victim to the repressed silence, I come to find it only perpetrates the abusive cycles in due time. Moving from love for yourself is acknowledging when there is a threat to your cells. Your body is wired to tell. The discomfort is your system's way of pushing you to quell the misalignment that isn't sitting well. Trust your voice in order to rebel, transcending the issues that need to be expelled, helping those who don't quite know that they need to yell before they're integrated into the norm of this ignorant, oppressed, normalized shell. Because let me say one other thing. When you're a first-year legal adult, you're still a teen. Predators aim to wipe your purity clean, waiting until your light turns green. For your innocence and self-respect, they feed.
Oh my!
But what makes matters unseen is that when you're young and nobody causes a scene, it seems like something's wrong with your inner light, maybe. So let's cause a scene. It's the only way to intervene on this patriarchal, racist regime and reclaim what it means to be queen, how to choose how you use this role as a king. Rebuild instead of trying to fix a broken system designed to keep from working. Healing is a choice to acknowledge, releasing resistance to accept the body's cues, our internal knowledge. healing both the masculine and the feminine to reclaim a power, helping him heal to allow her, and vice versa to illuminate the divine peace of feeling empowered. Operating from boundaries, self-worth, and love instead of a place of being soured, because at the end of the day, whose world is it? It's fucking all of ours. So trust the voice, because yes, the silence can be so deafening at times, but it's only because the voice demands to scream. It demands to be seen. Thank you. You can follow me on Instagram at AYEPHEDL. Thank you guys.
Aisha! Make sure y'all here for August 20th. All right, Aisha will be performing on the open mic because we're gonna be doing an open mic, and like I said, she's helping our former general manager Jason Quinones. He is setting up the block party, so be here August 20th. One more time, give it up for Aisha. Next, coming to the mic, let me tell y'all. So now I'm program manager here at the cafe, right? Like I got my hands in everyone's programs. What are you doing? What are you doing? Who are your poets? Da da da. Right? So this next gentleman coming up, he has been attending other events, right? And I'm like, ooh, I like you. Listen, we do this thing on Saturday. You need to bring your ass to the cafe. You already know where it's at. I'm telling you, the crowd's gonna eat him up. So right now, I am calling him my ringer. Ladies and gentlemen, please help me welcome to the stage, Simon! Give it up for Simon, y'all, as he makes his way to the stage!
Hey everyone, how's it going? Thank you. So usually I'm a prop comic, but I forgot my props, so I guess I'll be a poet today. Hello everyone, my name's Simon. Thank you. So yeah, I have two pretty quick poems. Let me start off by saying I'm a character poet, so if anything I say up here is too nerdy or too sappy, it's a character, but if you're into that, it's 100% who I am. Thank you. The I love you postulate. I would say you're as beautiful as the stars in the sky, but given that so many of them are dead, the description becomes less than apt. I would say you're as elegant as a blooming rose, but the fact that roses evolved to keep everything away from them, and versus what I meant by this compliment, no. I would say your beauty is most like dark matter and dark energy. It's immeasurable, it's unexplainable, it makes up 99.9% of my universe. Though I am a person of rational thought, knowing you makes me question a lot about science. For instance, I understand that sounds are just vibrations traveling through the air into my ear, but how come the sound of your laugh goes straight to my heart? I understand that thoughts are just electrical impulses in one's brain, but how come when you say hello to me, everything else short circuits? I know full well that I'm but one in a sea of 7 or 8 billion people, but how come when you say hello to me, I feel significant? Maybe it's because it takes 9 minutes for the sun's light to reach the earth, but it only takes you 1 second to light up my life. Maybe it's because they'll blame my attraction to you on biology when I know that it's chemistry. Maybe because they'll attribute it to oxytocin and serotonin levels in one's brain, but I will blame you. You see, when I see you, my heart beats so fast, I swear it's turning into energy. When I see you, evil noble gases feel my reaction. When I'm with you, the relativity of time comes into fruition because I see a lifetime in your eyes. In science, there are no absolutes. There are hypotheses, experiments, and conclusions, but there are no hard truths. But when I look at you, I know at least one, the I love you postulate. Thank you. That was my first one. Thank you. I used to tutor middle schoolers back in my day. And by my day, I mean back in 12th grade, when things weren't so blurry in this flurry of hurry to get through hallways, school days, feeling like a race to the next grade with no breaks. Except for recess and lunch, my two favorite subjects. I digress, I'm a recce, see, stuck in middle school memory is not the place for me. In summary, when I was in high school, I tutored a bunch of middle schoolers, and now I say a bunch of rhymes. But middle schoolers and high schoolers are different, like water and wine, like the proletariats and the bourgeoisie, like how my ex and I defined our relationship. Anyway, Let's get back to those middle schoolers with the rulers that measured how many questions it would take to get me irate. Hint, it's the same as the number of syllables in the word one. They would ask me such riveting questions as what color is blue and when was your last breakup? The answer to that question is blue. Obviously, blue is blue. But one day, on a Monday, on our petty pace, the kid got up to say, what is love? I said, Hannah, this is a math class. I'm here to teach you to find X, not talk about mine. Another kid in the back got up and asked, is that what love is? I said it was, past tense. Like a good tutor should say, does it always end that way? Fuck, I hope not. Pardon the French Revolution is more relevant to you guys. Let's talk about that. But at the drop of a hat, a kid in the back raised his hand. I love her, he said, pointing the girl to his right. I don't think he understood the magnitude of those words. To be frank, I don't think he even knew what magnitude meant. But her cheeks turned to roses and a smile bloomed. She pointed back and said, I love him too. Those were the only two correct answers I heard that day. And it was to a question that I didn't even ask. So when tutors and teachers say, I learned much more from them than they learned from me, that's just hyperbole. I mean, it has to be. Otherwise, what's the point of this soliloquy? I tried to teach them to think more like me. But maybe it should have been the other way around. Because what I found is that middle schoolers know jack shit about fractions and ratios and how to draw a graph, but they know how to make each other smile, make each other blush, make each other laugh. They answered, I love you, to the question, what is love? And for them, that answer was enough. Yeah. So now I pray that someday when the right person walks my way, they ask me the same question, because this time I think I have a good answer. Thank you so much. If anyone wants to follow me, slide into my DMs, send me a cat picture. The Instagram is headband.glasses.poet. Headband.glasses.poet. Thank you all for being good.
Give it up for Simon. Oh, yeah, that's my ringer. It's all right, I got another ringer. I got another person that we pulled out of the ether to come over here. All right, make sure y'all speak with the people in here because you don't know who is doing what, right? I don't want to talk about how this woman's work is really important in the world and how she's a scientist. I'm not going to talk about that, right? Because we're here for a poetry, but you better make sure that you come and meet people. And also, she should know I'm talking about her from Chicago. I'm talking about you, Chicago. I'm about to call you up. This next poet coming up, I'm so happy that she is here and that y'all are going to be able to hear her. She rocks at other events here at the cafe. Had to make sure she rocked that hybrid because she is all kinds of fire. Put your hands together as Indigo Lee makes her way to the stage. Give it up for Indigo!
Should wear my sunglasses at night. I'm gonna do what I do. I'm gonna say what I say, and then I'm gonna say peace and be on my way. I'm gonna do what comes to mind here. Poetry and pen collide, committing suicide. Poetry and pen collide, committing suicide. Poetry and pen collide. Poetry and pen collide. Poetry and pen collide, committing suicide, spilling their blood of words upon my pages. Love notes and blues notes trickling down my memory of the way things used to be. The tracks of my tears make footprints in time, and amidst the blurs, somewhere and nowhere converge My piercing screams, they go unheard. Why ain't they listening? I said, why ain't they listening? Why ain't they listening? See, rage is a new color in the spectrum, tinted with passion, shaded purple. My eyes are the brushstrokes, imagination, the canvas, thoughts travel quickly through mazes of madness. Stumbling only on punctuation, that's a period. If poetry were Adam, then I would be Eve. Poetry was there when my mother conceived. If poetry were Adam, then I would be Eve. Poetry was there when my mother conceived. If poetry were Adam, then I would be Eve. Poetry was there when my mother conceived. If poetry were Adam, then I would be Eve. And poetry was there when my mother conceived. See, poetry is my thesis. When I'm motivated, I'm ripping rhymes to pieces with the speed and precision of telekinesis, flipping these words, nouns, pronouns, conjunctions, and verbs. You heard? Boom, 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 COVID negative. Tested yesterday. If poetry's my thesis, then hip hop is my doctorate. Back to cardboard boxes and popping and locking it. The movement's here and you ain't stopping it. You haters put a sock in it, cause when I'm long gone, Indigo Lee is still gonna rock it like boom, 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 boom. If poetry were Adam, then I would be Eve. Poetry was there when my mother conceived, and upon them an angel Gabriel said, Indigo Lee would be poetry. Now come flow with me. That's that piece. That was a remix. I just made that first part up today, just now on the stage. No shit, sort of. All right. This was the first piece I did in this building. It was after a 10-year hiatus from the stage. It's called Pocket Change. Thank you, Advocate, for giving me the stage to do this because I was nervous as fuck that night. But I did it. As I write and rewrite, my elegy on the politics of bullshit I reflect on when hard times were candy-coated caricatures colliding with ghetto dreams, and I keep walking with my hands in my pockets, pushing past some lint from my sock and this change that I got when I spot those tenements, those whole broken ass tenements. 24 stories of death against the skyline backdrop of my nightmares, America. And the babies, brown sugar babies, peek through the rotten metal teeth of this cocoa brown monster. I sneak as sunlight sneaks through the rotten metal teeth of this cocoa brown monster, and I'm screaming, no babies, I'm screaming, but they're not hearing my words. They're having the nerve of sitting orderly and haughtily on the ass end of the bell curve. And I keep walking with my hands in my pockets, pushing past this lint from my sock and this change that I got when I spot Sister Jones testifying, woo, testifying, swear she talked to God every day, but hasn't talked to her daughter Delia in 24 years, see. The devil got Delia now, baby. So I keep walking with my hands in my pockets, pushing past this lint from my sock and this change that I got when I spot a young mother transfer the pain from her battered mind to the palm of her hand to the ashen faces of her children, crying in unison and feeling disturbed and a little unnerved and very perturbed. I keep walking and walking with my hands in my pockets and pushing past this lint from my sock and this change that I got when this job tells me it ain't feminine to curse and not carry no purse. So I responded with this verse, shit. I carry enough shit on my shoulders. And I keep walking with my hands in my pockets, pushing past this lint from my sock and this change that I got, and I keep walking and walking and walking. Peace, thank y'all so much.
Indigo Lee, by way of Chicago. Y'all know I'm a big Chicago Bears fan, so I dig Indigo's poetry. Then I found out she was from Chicago. I dug it even more. I was like, yeah, come on, so happy she came. All right, let's keep it moving. Next coming up, if I'm not mistaken, this brother rocked at one of the earlier hybrids. Where is Ethan? Where you at, Ethan? Hey. Ethan, you rocked at one of the earlier hybrids, right? Yeah. This is your second time, right? Yeah. There we go. Give it up for Ethan, y'all. Make some noise as this man comes to light it up.
Hey, y'all. It's been about 4 months since my last performance, but I got 2 pieces for y'all today. So the first one is called Flower Power. Y'all might have seen the photo it's based off of. It's by Bernie Boston. It's a queer man during the middle of the Vietnam War, putting a flower down the barrel of a soldier's gun. So a piece called Flower Power. A flower tucked behind his ear like a pen, thorns pressed against his scalp, a rose, from which arose a resistance. For a man, planting a rose is a radical act. For a man, planting a man is a daily occurrence. Graveyard like a garden, shovels traded for pistols because men make holes for one reason, to bury life, not to bring it into the light. Men make holes, men leave holes, men in holes, holes in men, men make holes in men to leave men in holes because our bodies are weapons. And there's always another holy war. The word man turns 2 hands into dual barrels, turns a boy into a bullet, turns a son into a gun. We say man up and mean keep your guard up. Keep your fists up, shield your face, turn your unshed tears into gunshots. Make it rain bullets, make it rain blows, rain terror upon them, but never, never let them see you cry. Too much of my blood has watered too many gardens with too many strange flowers made of stone. And a man isn't made by what he destroys, so we have got to stop destroying men. Masculinity has got to be about how we live. It can't be about how we die. I don't want my manhood to start with my becoming a martyr. Speak love into existence and not into the elegy. I don't want another poem about death at my funeral. Funeral noun, the first time most men are given flowers. I am finally learning that I choose how I wield my body. I choose how I fight this war, so I won't aim where you point me. I won't fire when you squeeze me. I will put my hands up and show you that I am unarmed. And when you see that this man is not your gun anymore, you put your gun to my head. I'll look you in the eyes and I'll put my flower down the barrel and So the second piece is called First Contact. I've never read a story about aliens visiting Earth that wasn't written by a white man. Maybe because the rest of us already know how it feels when a strange spectral species steps onto the neck of already inhabited land and calls her a new world. Maybe because the rest of us are preoccupied with not ceding our own land, and with ceding land that is our own, and yet is not owned, and with seas and land and unidentified flying flags on the horizon. We're too preoccupied with here to worry about other planets, and there's lots of planets, and space is really big. And why do you have to take up so much goddamn space? I know you can, but why do you want to take up so much space? I know you've always been about power. The laws of physics state that power is a force that travels a distance over a period of time. takes a lot of force to step a flag into land, and it takes a lot of power to land on other planets. And entropy always increases, which means energy is always being spent. Therefore, the arrival of aliens on Earth is predicated on consumption. Conclusion: only colonialist aliens would ever visit Earth. White men write about aliens because they dream about being colonized, because they want to play in our pain, because we're aliens, and aliens are not real, so this is fiction, and white male authors always make sure white male protagonists stay safe. And playing pain is fun as long as it's safe, as long as it's fiction. And if they even write us a part in a story, at least we know we'll be at the top when the credits roll. Cast in order of who dies first. Me, we, us, aliens. Thank you.
Ethan! All right, we got 2 more poets to go, and then we're gonna get ridiculous. Real quick, Mr. Paul Conqueso, can you please put your hand up and wave it like you don't care? That is the host of the karaoke after party. He has the sign-up list if you would like to rock out, but right now you're not gonna get up because we've got a velvet storm coming to the stage. Yes, it is. It is a velvet storm. Give it up for Vasilios!
I will not take up too much of your time. I have some short pieces to share. Thank you. This one is untitled. Pick up the pen. Pick up the pen. When I close my eyes, I see hexagons, honeycombs. Pick up the pen. The bees shake loudly and fill my throat. I am here again, arrived at this feeling once more. I yearned for the bees, but I didn't think they'd be swarming my chest. Pick up the pen. I don't want to. Can the tears instead spill into the quill of my finger and drench the page? Let the salt deposit into the shapes that I'm feeling as the pain evaporates. Buzz, buzz, pick up the pen before you drown. I swallow the bees, they sting, but better to me than anyone else. I don't want to pick up the pen. What good is the pen if there are no words to write or too many distractions as I open the book? I want to be able to pick up the pen without soaking the book and muddying my ideas together. Focus, fuck this. There's something in the way. The sheath of wax keeps me frigid, tense, like these hamstrings. My body forgot how to tend to a garden. Thank you, that was Thank you. I didn't know I was reading tonight. If I did, I would not have eaten mushrooms. This one is short. This crusty autumn leaf is low-key pretty. I have been quiet, only I know how loudly that speaks. I want to stand as tall as a spruce, but I am not evergreen. I am muddier than that. Yellow-green, wilting. Orange now, curling into red, drying out. Brown, brittle, broken into dust. I let the wind decide my course and silently wait to be green again. Thank you.
Vasilios! So we are down to our last performer of the night, but of course the night is nowhere near being over. Also, for those of you who are on Zoom and you would like to join us at the after party, the karaoke, you will be able to do so. You can join us online. We're jumping to another Zoom call, but right now, we're gonna close it out properly. I'm okay. I meant to do that sound effect. Okay, so his next brother who's coming up, I've known him for nearly 2 decades, right? Like 16 years or something like that, right? I first met him online back in the day, and there was no pandemic. We was just all fiending to meet more artists, not just at the with not only open mics but online. It was this really big push for it, and I got to meet him on the website I started called hiphoppoetry.com. Right? And now he is like doing his own thing, running his own community, and he is all kinds of fire. I'm so happy that he came out here from New Jersey. I'm going to totally forget that he didn't come last month, and I was looking forward to seeing him, and he ruined my entire night. But we're not going to talk about that because he's here, and they're going to have a good time at karaoke too. I know he is, but he's going to light it up for us with his poetry. Y'all put your hands together for my brother, Sean Battle. Give it up for Sean Battle, y'all.
Call it like it is and keep it moving. Check it out. Call it like it is and keep it moving. Sing on what's around. Potholes too deep and hills too steep for unspoken truth. Shackled 2 feet. Call it like it is and keep it moving. Check it out. Dear white liberal, Black Lives Matter, splattered yellow on strips of pavement is pandering in place of policy change. Just say you don't want to try something new by abolishing police in its current form and go. I am tired of colorful visuals clouding visions of fairness. Rename the team, rebrand the syrup, solicit black writers for journals white as the pages they print on. Social justice is good business now. A game to measure wokeness. See who gives better worded empty promises to entitle troublesome times. Then time how long before someone asks, this you? And the caption of a receipt to ghosts of bullshits past and present. I mean, at least there are those who are clear in their grim reaper hooded visions of future for us black folk. Something to shoot and stomp to protect entitled resources. Nah, it's you so-called allies I'm eyeing. You who quake at the no peace and no justice, no peace, no justice, no peace, no justice, no peace. Ancestors hexing your privileged foundation. Your ears bleed. When ordered to empty pockets, stand aside so others take office jobs. Be intentional in hiring beyond the pale and male and able without defaulting to roles like Chief of Diversity and Inclusion. Call it like it is and keep it moving. Check it out, dear white liberal. If our demands to be seen as human beyond dollars and donated organs are fucking inconvenience, if all you have for genocide that starts when questions from a black mother gets ignored by her white doctor are skin-toned band-aids, sit your $5 ass down before we make change with black masks and black hoodies out of gated communities. And no, we do not have the cultural capital to storm the Capitol like your conservative comrades. K-4 crybaby colonizer in chief, you can't take a loss. Gates swung open for them like limousine doors. But fuck it. Anarchy is inevitable. So may it be for the birth of true equity, not for a wannabe emperor. Call it like it is and keep it moving. Sing on what's around, dear white liberal. Someone's riot will always be another's revolution. And your rhetoric about that or this
that or this, not being the word protest, would still be the same should more ground be stained by black blood before our souls even hit the steps. Man, the current climate got my people bopping in decay anyway. So what's the point of polite if all leads to a sound bites like Black Lives Matter, splattered yellow on strips of pavement, scorched in demand for policy change? Sincerely, your hands up. Your eyes open. Your ears open. Your mouth closed. Your wallets ready. Potholes too deep and hills too steep for unspoken truth, shackled to feet. Call it like it is and keep it moving. Check it out. And fuck your coon ass friends too. My name is Sean Battle. I am the founder and CEO of Avenue Culture Ventures in New Jersey. If you are free, we always have events going on there. So avenueculture.com. And also, Treasure, raise your hand. If y'all looking for treats that are strong as fuck, talk to Treasure Board, our president, about the vibe bar. She got them with her, $20 a piece. When I say Avenue, y'all say culture. Avenue, Avenue, Avenue. Catch these vibes. Hey.
Sean Battle. Nick Kelly logos ran over. 5 bars, 5 bars. I love it, I love it, I love it. So, did y'all enjoy the open mic tonight? Make some noise. I feel like we got a little bit of everything. So, like I said, here's what's gonna happen now for those who are here in the cafe. We are gonna take about like a half-hour break to shift the room around a little, for you to go get familiar with my bartender, for you to find out what kind of vibe these vibe bars got, for you to speak with these other poets, and also shout out one more time to my producer, Mr. Ron Mark Thompson in the DJ booth. Give it up for him. At the front of the bar is the host for the karaoke ball con queso. You can go sign up. People on Zoom will be able to shift over next month, August 13th, our 1-year anniversary. And those who know me know that I like to get a little left of center when it comes to anniversaries. So I'm gonna be making sure we're gonna be doing something up here. Advocate of words, follow me on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, all that good stuff. Nuyorican Poets Café, follow it all on social media. I appreciate y'all coming out tonight. Hybrid's over, but the night is not over. Ron, let's get some music on. Good night to y'all on Zoom. We about to party. Peace.